Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the main event! Tonight's matchup is Immoral North versus Immoral South. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, that's right. We tried to set up a scrimmage and didn't quite get matched up the way we thought we would, and ultimately Immoral North, which was, I'd say, half of the Immoral Thieves and half Immoral Reapers clans, were matched up against the Alliance rather than against Immoral South, which is what we had in mind for a scrimmage. And ultimately, I don't think we took this war too seriously, and you can see that we lost. But like, take a look at the details here, and there were still some solid attacks I'd like to share. You know, when you're trying some new things, you know, we kind of strayed away from our typical attacks, and even though there was a couple here I'll show you that actually were a little more standard, but still thought there was some interesting attacks that I wanted to share with you. So first of all, not to say that taking on a number 5 is easy. You can see that this is their number 5 being attacked by our number 13, so Isaac went up quite a ways here and 3-starred this base, and we'll call it his attack here a go-wee with a Sergio on the back. You know, and really there's so many steps to this particular attack that you can tell he really planned this out well and then executed it well. And here, of course, he's lured out the clan castle. He's bringing him over to the west side of the base because he wants to try to get in on that archer queen. And so now he's got witches that he brought with him. Of course, it's kind of a standard kill squad in a way because he's got, I believe, a golem in his clan castle. So brought his own witches, and because we've got some stronger players in the clan, you know, allows us to donate some of these other troops like golems. So gets the golem in there, and with the wizards and the witches, and of course his own archer queen. And then because of how compact this base is, the jump spell worked really well to you know, really get him access to those 3 primary chambers and get him in towards that archer queen. So one thing you may have noticed initially is he was setting up a funnel there. He picked off a couple of those outer buildings so he'd have that funnel for the golem and then the royals, and then of course gets that jump spell in. And now he's already in there and taking out that archer queen. And at this point he's going to use kind of his hogs here as a surgical hog attack around the rest of the base, and even uses his giants in a couple spots to get you know, draw the fire as a meat shield, and then have those hogs move in behind. And then of course uses his heal spells to keep them strong as they move into the center of the base and take out structures like that expo, and here you can see they're getting after the last defensive structure. But at this point it's really just cleanup, and so he did a great job. Like I said, he had a nice lure to this attack. He really set up his funnel for the golem and the royals, and jumped right into that chamber with the archer queen. And then the Surgy Hogs around the base, dropping those giants in as a little bit of a meat shield up front. Really allowed him, you can see there's a number of hogs still alive, cleaning up the base, and all around this was a really well planned and well executed attack by Isaac against their number 5, jarirooov. So great job, Isaac. Keep up the good work, man. So the next one I got for you here, we'll scroll down just a little bit, was against their number 19. So here we've got Fingaz against Sweet HAMADA, and what you're going to see here is sort of one of the earlier introductions in this war of the Valkyries. So Valkyries is not a troop that I've seen us use very often, but I think we learned an awful lot from this war and also from the South War about how to use Valks, and we had some really good results. And so in this case, we're going to call this a go-wee va, and he's got some loons on the back end. So let's just watch how he executes this attack. So he's got the 2 golems here at the bottom, and kind of starting this out like a go-wee wipe or a go-wipe. But ultimately he's not even going to worry about luring the clan castle troops, because he's got these golems marching in there. And they're going to ultimately serve that purpose, and his 2 royals are going to take out those troops as well as getting into the core here. But he's also really setting up a path for the Valkyries. With all of these air defenses in the core like that, he wants to get the Valks in and really just try to wreck the core of the base. And with those air defenses out of the way, really paves the way for the loons to come in on the back end. So here you can see starting to put those Valkyries in. There goes the first one there. Jump spell, maybe not necessary for the center chamber, but you can see they do take advantage of it. Go over here to this wizard tower, take that out, come back to the center. And then what he does really well here is both rages and heals those Valkyries in the core of the base. And that allows them to get around, take out all the air defenses, all the Expos in the middle, even those Teslas. And they really do a great job of clearing out the core of the base. You can see these loons starting to trickle in on the left side and now around the top. So nothing too strong left in the way of air defense. And with those level 6 loons, not going to be too much of a challenge to get in there and take out those remaining defenses, which is exactly what happened. So loons are on cleanup, and he's even got his queen still alive and some wizards around the outside. So this was an interesting attack for us to see. Like I said, Valkyries is maybe not a common troop that we use, but I think we'll start to see that more. I think we've even done a tutorial on how to properly use them. So not only can you learn from that, but our other clan members can as well, because it adds a nice additional attack into the repertoire, and you know, when used appropriately, it's great. So nice job, Fingaz. Planned that out well. I know you collaborated with some other guys in the clan to make that happen, so well done, guys. Alright, last one I want to show you is attack by number 2 Firestorm on number 4 Fair's Mesk. And so we'll call this a tri-laloon, and really he's got this initial push he's going to put on here to get into the core and try to take out some of these defenses like the Inferno, like the air defense, Expo, Queen. And so once he does that, he really just needs those 3 lava hounds for the remaining air defenses, and you'll see how he executes this. So nice job on the jump spell placement. Opens up basically 4 different chambers, gets everybody into the core. He's going to drop a lightning here on the clan castle troops to kill them. Also begins to do a little damage on some of those internal structures, defensive structures. So now you can see they've hopped into the middle. Trap goes off there with the giant bomb, but he's got his royal, well, the queen's popping in from the side, plus you've got the Expo going down. And now he can move in with the lava hounds and the loons right behind. And so you'll see that he's got those 2 there, as well as one he brought with his clan castle to work on the left side here in just a minute. So just patiently dropping in those loons, letting the lava hound get out in front. That one actually came down from the other air defense, and of course when that bursts, then it gives the remaining troops, or remaining defenses, something to shoot at. Now that freeze was awesome. Got all the remaining core defensive structures, so the Expo from earlier, that Expo as well, plus the Inferno Tower. Loons have now moved in on top of that. Take that out, and at this point, really just going to trash the rest of the base. So he didn't really even need the full time. I think this total attack was something like 2.5 minutes, and I bet he wasn't even really breaking a sweat, because he got that initial wave pushed into the core, knocked out some key defenses, as well as the kill squad. So no issues with the cleanup on the back end, and those loons still alive, lava pup still alive, and here we go, just cleaning up the rest of this base. So great job by Firestorm. He's pulled that off a couple different times in some Thieves Wars as well, and I know there's a lot that we can all learn from how he plans and executes his attacks. So nice job to him, and like I said, unfortunately didn't win the war, but this was a temporary clan setup for the purposes of scrimmage, and we're probably going to give that another shot here in a week or so, working out some of the kinks, but I think we'll get that taken care of. That'll be a great video recap to share as well, if it makes sense to. Don't want to give away too many secrets about our war bases, but you know, thanks for checking this one out. Like I said, wasn't a win, but there's still plenty of things we learned from it, and appreciate you stopping by, and hope to see you next time.